Okay, so hello everyone, I'm Marlo and today we're going to do a little backtesting video. Why, you may be wondering? Well, I'm on a big losing streak and I I can't lie to you guys, my confidence is like pretty low right now. And I also want to show you guys uh, what strategy do I use, how do I use it, when do I use it, and what is the thought process before I actually get into a trade for me. So let's get into the shit. Okay, I hate when this shit happens. But yeah, we swept London lows on ES and on Nasdaq. Let's see what did we do after this. So we swept this. We didn't break 5 minute structure yet. So we broke 5 minute structure to the downside on both indices actually. So let's see if we get a retrace. I should watch the 1 minute right now. Typically what I would like to see would be a break to the upside right now, or a inversion of some gap. But we made a S&T divergence right here, I think. No, we didn't. Oh, we did make a bearish S&T divergence. Well, if we break structure to the downside right now on ES, I would have shorted. So let's see. Okay, so we don't break 1 minute structure. But what do? We inverse this small 5 minute gap. On both? Yep, on both. So we inverse this 5 minute gap to the upside. Let's see if we get a retrace or something to target higher right now, because the trend was changed. So let's see. I will need to see this. Okay, break to the downside. So we got our 5 minute retrace on both indices. Let's see if we respect this gap or not. So I think we inversed it on Nasdaq while we respected it on ES. So right now I have to just sit on my hands and wait for some more confluences. So let's see what happens. Okay, so we end up, yeah, it's the same thing. So the two indices are not correlated right now, so I can't take anything. So let's see what happens next. Okay, we swept more down. We created a S&T, I think. Yes, we did create a S&T divergence. So right now I could target higher on Nasdaq. So let's see if we break 5 minute structure. Okay, we broke 5 minute structure to the upside on both indices. Right now what I would want to see would be a 5 minute retrace to then target higher. Let's see if we get that. Okay, so we do get that shit. We do retrace into this 5 minute gap right here, and we respect it. So right after this, on this 1 minute inverse fair value gap, I would have longed. So right here, and this is a little bit like too much, but let's see if we target like the beginning of this gap, or yeah, I think it's okay. So let's see if this is max. Okay, this is typically not something that you want to see. but let's see if we get stopped out or not. Yeah, so we got stopped out on this trade. Pretty choppy day. You could see that we only swept the lows and then chopped around on both indices. We didn't really do shit in this day. So typically this is a day that you would not want to trade. So let's get into the next one. So yeah, this is the next day. Let's see what happens today. Okay, so we broke our 5-minute structure to the downside. We also swept London lows, but we created a S&T divergence, I think. Let me see. And not really. Yeah, not really. Let's see what happens after this. Okay, so we swept these lows out straight up on market open. We are staying above it on ES. I hope that we will continue to stay above them. Let me check the daily, the 4-hour and the hourly. We're bearish on the daily. On the 4-hour we're bearish. Yeah, we're bearish. Nah, we're bullish on the 4-hour, but we're in a like bearish trend overall. And on the hourly we're bearish, so obviously my bias would be bearish. We filled this hourly gap and right now we're displacing lower, so if I'm going to see a retrace I think I'm going to like target lower, in fact. So let's see what happens. Okay, we got a little retrace. Did we break structure to the upside? Nah, yes we did. So right now I will only need a breakdown to target these lows. Do I want this shit on NASDAQ though? Yeah, I would want this shit on NASDAQ. So yeah, we broke 1-minute structure to the upside. Let's see if we're going to be able to break it back down to the downside. So let's see. Okay, no breaks yet. Let's see the 5-minute. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Okay. Stop. So yeah, we retraced a little bit higher into this, but then we broke 1-minute structure to the downside. We didn't break, I'm sorry, 1-minute structure to the downside and up until this point. So like this would have been my entry right here. This would have been my entry right here if we broke structure to the downside as well on ES, which we did. So yeah, I think this shit is going to print. So like this is going to be like the first take profit, this is going to be the second take profit, and this is going to be break even. I'm going to mark this shit out with a red line. So let's see. Okay, so first day profit was hit, second day profit was hit, everything was hit. Today we would have made a whole bunch of money. 2.22 risk reward ratio, not a bad trade. So let's go see tomorrow. So yeah, let's see what happened today. Well, this is London high. Fuck, let me mark this shit out with a black line. This is the London low. This is the Asia low on ES. Let's see. This is London highs. This is London lows. This is Asia lows. Let's see on the hourly. What do we have? We have This hourly high, we have this hourly high right here. We have this low. Not like so much good opportunity or stacked up highs or lows. On NQ, on the other hand, we have some stacked up highs right here, which we might be able to grab. This low is high resistance liquidity, so I'm not really looking for shorts. Let's see how's the daily. We're still bearish on the daily. On the 4-hour, we're bearish as well for now. So let's see the hourly. On the hourly, we're bullish on Nasdaq. Let's see if we did the same on ES. Yeah, we inverse this gap. On the 4-hour, we didn't quite inverse it. On the daily, it looks bullish, but it's like still bearish because we didn't break structure. So like, yeah, let's see. Well, market open not so volatile on both actually. Let's see if something happens. Okay, so we broke 5-minute structure to the upside on both indices. Right now we make a fat retrace. Did we break 1-minute structure to the downside? Not yet, but I think we will. Okay, we broke 1-minute structure to the downside on both. Yes, on both. So let's see if we break structure back up. Okay, so we broke structure right here, actually in both indices. So what I would want to see would be longs up to this high. So let's see if this should print. Okay, so it printed very, very well. Remember, you don't always have to like target these high resistance highs to make money. Sometimes you just gotta target the low hanging fruit and just take the smaller trade and make your profits and go home. But yeah, let's see what the other day brought us. So yeah, let's see what happened today. Well, we have London lows right here, we have London highs right here, we have Asia highs right here. Let's see on ES, we have London highs right here, we have London highs right here and Asia highs right here. We have London lows right here. Let's see some hourly. I want to see some hourly. I also have a bearish bias, but let's see. Well, we have this low, which is going to be smacked. This is high resistance liquidity, so I'm not really looking for that. Let's watch the daily to explain you why they have such a bearish bias. Well, yesterday we swept these highs and now we're displacing lower. On the 4-hour time frame, we're expecting bearish fair value gaps. We're disrespecting bullish. On the hourly, we broke structure to the downside, so obviously my bias it's bearish. We also made a high time frame, not a high time frame, but we made a S&P divergence with London and Asia highs. So right now what I would want to see would be a inversion like this area, this gap, I'm sorry, right here, maybe on both indices. So let's see if we get that. Okay, we got our inversion on both indices actually. So let's see if we get a retrace. I think we might have got that right here. So let's see if we break up. I want to see a break up. We're not getting that. Okay, this is just a day where you like really wouldn't like have something to get into a trade off of. I mean, this high, this low is still valid, but I don't think we're going to like find an entry up until that point. Okay, so when we retrace like that, you typically like don't want to target lower anymore. So let's see what opportunity do we have on Nasdaq. Do we have some early highs that we want to sweep out? This is high resistance liquidity. So honestly, like, I would just sit on my hands on this day. So this is the other day. We have this looks kind of bullish on NQ, like on the daily time frame. On ES, it looks like we want to break out of this area, maybe go higher, but let's see what the 4-hour tells us. On the 4-hour, we're bullish on both ES and Nasdaq. On the hourly, we're bullish. So like, yeah, we have these relative equal highs. So like, if I'm going to see a retrace or something to maybe get those, that would be nice. But if I'm not, then I think I will just target the end of this gap right here, because I think that we're going to touch even like these levels with how I see the market moving. So like, let's see. So we broke 5-minute structure to the downside on market open. Let's see if we did a shit on both. No, we didn't. We actually created a higher high here on NQ. So do I want to target on NQ? Nah, actually I don't. But let's see. So we swept all of this low resistance liquidity, and right now we like even inverse this 5-minute gap. I think I wouldn't need like so much confirmation on this, but with how we moved, it's like pretty weird. I guess I would have longed on this candle. And this would have been my first take profit. Do we have anything else besides that? Not really. So like, I think that you could have took the next take profit maybe at the half of this gap. Let's see. Where is it? Okay, so nah, not really. So this is what like you would want to target, like everything that you would want to target. So yeah, this should smack. So yeah, it did smack. I guess you could have let the shit rock for a little, but I wouldn't risk it. Like I wouldn't risk it. I would just take the low hanging fruit. Like, this is just a 1-10 risk reward ratio. No reason for such a risk. But yeah, if you believe in yourself and your trades, you might let this shit rock, you know. So yeah, this will end the video right here. I hope that you guys saw what is my thought process before entering into a trade. How do I determine my bias? What confluences do I use? What is the thought process before actually getting into a trade? And yeah, you saw that like four times out of 5, I think, we smacked a profit. So like, yeah, you just gotta trust in yourself, I guess. I guess I should listen to myself. So yeah, this is going to cut it. I'll see you guys to the next video. Bye.